I'm Rajini Aital, Assistant Professor, Department of Psychology, Maharani's Arts College for Women, Mysore. How does our personality develop? Human beings are born in a physically and emotionally immature state. We are therefore dependent on others and have to go through the developmental processes. Freud believed that the basic structure of personality is acquired during the first 5 years of life. In the words of William Wordsworth, the child is the father of the man. Normal development has three interrelated strands according to Freud: psychosexual development, the development of the ego and superego, and the development of the defense mechanism by the ego. Freud placed great importance on biological drives, and in his theory of personality development, he focused on the drive to reproduce or the sex drive, believing it to be central to human nature. The basic pattern of these psychosexual stages is biologically determined, but the way that parents respond to their child's needs and impulses has a powerful influence on the development of the personality. The 5 stages of development. Freud described 5 stages of development: oral, anal, phallic, latency, and genital. These stages are referred to as psychosexual because they relate to the mental aspects of sexual phenomena. Passing through each stage successfully, meaning with few tensions or conflicts remaining, requires an adequate amount of gratification, not too much and not too little. This requires the ability on the part of the parental figures to recognize the stage their child is passing through in order to be responsive to the specific needs of that stage. The oral stage. The oral stage lasts from birth until the child is about 1 year old. The center of pleasure is the mouth, which the child uses not just for eating but also for exploring through sucking and biting. The pleasure derived from these activities is said by Freud to be sexual, and we need to remember that the word sexual here refers more to sensual pleasure and not the everyday use of the word. You may have seen a baby nourishing at the breast and notice the pleasure it derives from this activity. The child at birth is governed purely by the id. Freud believed that the newborn has no ego with which to relate to the outside world. Other psychodynamic schools, for example, the object relations approach, believe that a primitive ego is present at birth, which begins to develop as a child reacts with its environment. As the id strives to find immediate satisfaction of its need, the pleasure principle, it soon discovers that in reality not all needs can be met, the reality principle, and the child's ego begins to develop, exerting some control over the impulses of the id in response to this realization. The anal stage. After the first year, Freud stated that the focus of pleasure shifts to the anus. The satisfaction now comes from the processes of elimination and retention of feces. During this stage, which lasts into the 3rd year, toilet training is an important aspect of the child's social world and poses the first conflict between the id and reality. The child obtains pleasure from its bowel movement and also from playing with what it regards as part of itself. However, parents have other ideas regarding the faces as smelly, messy, and definitely something to be flushed away. The child is faced with a choice of either meeting the demands of the id, which has been the dominant force in its life up to this point, or meeting the demands of its parents. If the child listens to the urges of id, it risks the possible negative reactions of its parents. On the other hand, if it obeys a parent, it has to deny the demands of the id. The ego starts to exert more authority over the id, and although the resolution of this conflict may take some time, it can be relatively trauma free. Much depends on the handling of the situation by the parents. This is the age commonly known as a terrible twos. As a child struggles to become his or her own person, the child begins to be more aware of itself as separate from mother. The sense of self develops, and the battles are not only over toilet training but also over other activities such as eating and dressing as a child begins to assert its own will. This struggle with the parents is important for the development of the sense of autonomy and control. The phallic stage. Children between the ages of 3 and 6 years old become curious about sexual matters. The focus of pleasure shifts to the genital area. Children become more aware of the gender differences, not only anatomically but also in the social expectations as regards male and female roles. Freud believed this stage to be of particular importance in the development of healthy adult personality. The child develops sexual feelings for the opposite sex parent. He described how boys unconsciously desire their mothers and therefore are jealous of their fathers and wish to get rid of them. Fantasizing about the death of his father causes anxiety in the child, and he fears he will be punished by being castrated. The satisfactory resolution of this conflict requires the development and use of two defense mechanisms: identification and repression. The child identifies with his father by observing his father's values and standards, attempting to become almost his clone. Through this identification process, the superego begins to develop by forming a set of rules about what are proper and improper feelings, thoughts, and actions. At the same time, the boy has to repress his sexual desire towards his mother, transforming it into acceptable love. If unsuccessfully resolved, problems can arise later. This major conflict is referred to as the Oedipus complex after the Greek legend about a young man called Oedipus. The term complex simply refers to the elements of the mind which have become repressed. Oedipus was abandoned by his parents, a king and a queen in Greece, because it was prophesied he could kill his father and marry his mother. The boy was raised by shepherd in another country. Later he returned to his birthplace, still unaware of his origins, met and killed his father in an argument and then married his mother. Freud later developed the female equivalent of the Oedipus complex, often called the Electra complex, after Oedipus' sister. The same sense of attraction and rivalry is experienced, though now the mother is a rival and the attraction is towards the father. Since the mother is typically a very important love object in a child's experience, the combination of jealousy and hatred along with love leads to conflict. As with boys, girls also resolve the conflict through identification and repression. The girl realizes that neither she nor her mother has a penis, whereas the father does. The girl does not, therefore, experience castration anxiety, but rather feeling of having already lost her penis. Freud called this penis envy, believing that both she and her mother have been castrated enables her to identify with her mother and adapt the sex role behavior modeled by her. At the same time, feelings of her father are repressed. Freud believed that the resolution of this complex was harder for girls and therefore could result in greater submissiveness and lower self esteem. Not surprisingly, this theory has never been a popular one with women and has led to considerable controversy, especially regarding Freud's notion of penis envy. Most individuals manage to develop a balance between the drives of the id, the ever censoring superego, and the pressures from the external environment. Latency stage. Freud had little to say about this and the next stage of development. From around the age of 6 until about 12, he deemed the sexual drive to be relatively inactive. The resolution of the Oedipus complex requires repression of the drives of the id, and the energy is redirected into new activities. Children become more interested in other people and develop social and intellectual skills. School, friendships, sports, and other leisure activities now provide opportunities for satisfaction of the drives of the id. Genital stage. With the onset of puberty, the sexual impulses of the id begin to resurface with the hormonal and physical changes in the body. The balance between the id, the ego, and the superego is disrupted. The focus of the sex drive moves from the individual's own body as a source of satisfaction to seeking relationships with others involving mutual gratification. The person now turns from earlier selfish absorption to a sense of caring and responsibility towards others. This is an important stage in social development.